About a few days ago, there was a Nigerian that released a video asking South Africans or anyone that can help Nigerians to rebuild their country. Basically, the question was, how do we fix our country? I'm paraphrasing, but here is this picture right here. And I thought this was such a wonderful thing that he did. I mean, he showed humility and also intelligence, because intelligence also comes with humility when you know that, you know what, something is amiss here. Maybe we are missing something. Of course, as in Zulu would say, "Ikuku alizizwa ukunuka," or "Ikaka alizizwa ukunuka." Basically, a skunk, if you know what a skunk is, yeah, it doesn't know that it smells. Like a person also who has bad armpit smell, they don't know that their armpit smell. So being a Nigerian in Nigeria and all of the mess that is happening in a country that's supposed to be thriving. When I say Nigeria is supposed to be thriving, the rest of the world is supposed to be like, wow. You know, the jealousy that they always accuse us of, that is what Nigeria should be. Like, people look at it with envy, but people look at Nigeria with disgust. Now, let's get to how we can help. Number one, it's important that you go back to the basics. Now, I'm just talking to Nigerians here. You need to go back to the basics. Go as far back as colonialism, or maybe even far further than that, before colonialism. I don't know how you guys keep your African or Nigerian history. In South Africa, we preserve our history through storytelling. My grandmother used to tell my mother stories of how South Africa used to be like before white people. Same goes with her mother before then. So maybe let's say 5 generations will tell the same story so that we, my generation, know where we come from. And then what happened during colonialism? The first time they saw a white man, the when the white man came closer, then we went through battles. I know every battle that the Zulus had gone through, and how members of my family, that is why I am Ibuto. Trust me, by default. It's not something that I went and volunteered. It's something that you, as a what do you call this, a family member who was able to, and then it all passed down. So storytelling is what preserves my history as my family member, and then the history of the Zulus in general. Okay, so you need to go back then, all of you, every one of you, because Nigeria has tribes and I believe 2,000 languages. That is very important because it will be an element of unity for all of you guys. So know when, how did you behave back then? I know one of your history when it comes to transatlantic slave trade. Tinubu, Tinubu's great grandmother, the evil witch, she sold black people to the transatlantic slave traders in the US, in the UK, in the Caribbean, Brazil, you name them. How was it before her? And those sort of things that you guys need to go back to. But if you don't want to go as far back as that, then you guys need to come as close as possible to your independence in 1960. When the white people handed you guys over your country, how was Nigeria then? Of course, this story cannot be remembered by this gentleman. He wasn't born, I don't believe so. So he would not know much. However, out of the history that was passed down to him by his forefathers, then he is in a good position to start relaying the foundation to how to fix Nigeria. All right. So between 1960 and 1963, before the first coup d'etat, how were Nigerians like? How did you guys interact with each other as different tribes and languages? And how did you successfully manage to topple the English Empire to hand you over your country. That is another strength that you need to relook at in how to rebuilding your country. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Your biggest bet is your history. If you can go back to your history and remember Nigerians, I understand that Nigeria did break at some point. Maybe it didn't break per se. The southeast, I think it was called Biafra or something like that. Today, I understand there's a whole Biafra, whatnot, not run by the Igbos. And I also understand that the British worried a lot about that group of people called the Igbos, but that's besides the point. But you always have to have in mind that amongst us as Nigerians, we do have troublemakers. And you need to compromise. I believe that the Igbos, in as much as they are dominant as we are beginning to learn about them, at some point, you all need to learn how to tame them. You need to tame the beast. How do you tame the beast? Is by negotiating with the beast. And I'm using the word beast here as a metaphor, not as literal that they are the beasts. I hope we understand each other there. So you need to, guys, come together, put your heads together, and go back to the basics as Nigerians. Do you see what I did there? Yeah, Igbos, yeah, Hausa, Fulanis, Ibu, and all these other tribes that you guys have. One. Because when you are together, you are stronger. But I also understand the problem of all Nigerians. It's because you guys have convinced yourselves so much that you are the most intelligent. So clearly, there is going to also be a battle of people that think they are cleverer than the other group. Big mistake. That what you are planning to fix Nigeria will collapse the moment everybody thinks that they are better than the others. Do not do that. So this is just, let's call this series one on how I would build Nigeria as a Nigerian. And I'm also going to steal from South Africans how South Africans came together and fought battles. I'm talking wars here. How we won them and how we lost them. Because you are going to win some and you are also going to lose some. So what does this mean? It means as Nigerians, you guys have to open your minds. The world is not going to mind your business because this is your business. However, if you guys feel like, okay, we need assistance, then choose countries with good histories and go and ask them, how did you fix your country? Both in Africa, Asia, and the West. And the best countries I would advise you guys to ask, how did you do it in such a short space of time? That will be Singapore. And that will be China. And that will be Japan. Remember, Japan was hit with an atomic bomb at some stage? Right. And then if you feel comfortable, then you can come to us South Africans and ask us, how did we do it? And I can tell you one thing, with us South Africans, we have one slogan in every one of us. You can kill some of us, but you can't kill us all. Adopt that mentality, which means Tinubu and all the other ones, they are going to resist you. They are going to send the army to you. And yes, some of y'all will have to be sacrificed so that Nigeria has a better future. And it's clear to anybody that is outside of Nigeria that the enemy of the people is your government. You need to reconstruct your government. But in order to do that, you need to go back to 1963. Who was that person that thought was smarter than all of you guys that planted and planned a coup d'etat? because that's where everything crumbled for Nigeria. Go back then. Go back then and find that reason that a first coup d'etat happened. Was it because a certain tribe was in charge and the other tribe wanted to be in charge? Or was it because when the revolution started, a certain tribe unalived another tribe? You know the type of situation I'm talking. I don't know. You know your own history. So you cannot now come and then you want to be nuisance. Because right now, I'm telling you, that's how the world feels, that you are a nuisance. And this question that was asked by this brother here, pertinent. It's very important. It's about time that Nigerians actually started talking about how to fix your country. I wore green and I have white here. I don't have green, what green, white, and green stuff. So I thought, let me come wearing something to show solidarity. Do you know Nigeria would be so far today? I be people, and I don't think just Africans, Europeans, Americans, people from down under, Asians, will be in Nigeria today. Yeah, everybody would be fighting, tripping over to be Nigerians today. But it was a missed opportunity. You need to go back to the basics. That's lesson number one. I'm going to come with lesson number two because we need to build up these blocks on how you guys need to start packing up wherever you are and going back home. So that means this is going to start with, yes, a dialogue. But that dialogue, it needs to start small. It needs to start with you guys in your various communities. I don't know, choose, elect, whatever, people that are going to escalate this to maybe a regional level. And then choose other people that are going to take it to a state level. And then from state level, and then you elect people at the national level who are now going to go straight to Tinubu. I'm telling you, Tinubu is coming back in 2028, whether you like it or not. He's coming back, and I can already see it. I can already see that Tinubu is coming back in 2028. So, in order for 2028 to hit, Tinubu must already know what are your demands, so that you are ready to take to the streets. And if he sends the army, be willing to lay down your life. Trust me when I tell you, you will be a hero that is going to be remembered. You will be remembered. The world is also watching. And Tinubu will not, and I'm telling you, Tinubu will not compromise the billions of dollars that he's receiving from international community when he is busy unaliving you guys. He would be charged with international law violations. That should be in your head, that when we take to the streets and he unalives us, trust me, South Africa will be the first to condemn him. I don't know. It's totally up to you guys. It's your business. But running away is not a solution. It only shows cowardice. And then whenever you try to convince the people of who you are, it doesn't land. It doesn't land. This manipulation that you guys have adopted to say we are Africans. Now, as your African brother, I am giving you advice on how to fix Nigeria. It starts small. And a revolution, by the way, it is started by one person. Maybe it could be him if he's serious. Okay, my medication is starting to kick in. I'm on a 7-day, what is it called again? Regime. People don't get sick. We don't know this thing about medication. And I beg the doctor not to give me pills because I don't know how to swallow them. I don't know how to swallow pills, people. So before I start blabbing, thank you for asking the question. Hopefully more Nigerians are going to do the same thing. But on a live, too much noise. Everybody going to be saying things and you're not going to gather. We take this one video at a time. It starts by going to the basics. Go down to the basics there in the beginning. What happened? What sort of a people were you before? And what went wrong in 1963 or 1962, 1963? You need to find what actually happened there. And that's what you need to fix. Because if you go back there and you fix that, you fix Nigeria. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. Yep. Anyways, goodbye. I'm starting to get dizzy. Goodbye.